Okay, thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, Razvan, for joining me today. All right. I know that we're here to talk about First Response to Fashion. You guys are a big sponsor of the event, and you've been it for a couple years now. I've had the chance to talk with you behind the scenes, and you've obviously shown up for the event, Razvan, you and your beautiful wife. So I'm obviously going to touch on that, but I really wanted to get here because we don't get the chance to really know the sponsors. Like, why did you want to get behind this event? Why it's important? So that's why I wanted to sit down with you guys and to actually see this beautiful venue. I'm actually quite shocked. I'm impressed. We'll let the people see what's all behind here, right? But before we kind of get started, like, I just want to ask one question just to kind of get it off. And like, what is Boardwalk?
So thanks for taking the time to meet with us. It's a pleasure. We're very excited to be sponsoring the event again this year. My name is Brooklyn. I'm the marketing manager at Boardwalk. I've been here for about 2.5 years. So I support all of our regional initiatives for advertising, and we have a lot of like community engagement and events that we are involved in as well. So that's kind of my main role with Boardwalk.
Good. And I like you because you get me all my checks, right?
That helps too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my favorite part, but it's good. Razvan, go ahead.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Wilson. It's not very often we see this happening. We sponsor a lot of causes and a lot of events, but most of the times we are the ones going to those causes events. And it's great to see you visiting us. So thank you so much for being here today.
Great.
My name is Razvan Kasten. I'm a Vice President of Operations for Boardwalk, overseeing our Edmonton portfolio, Northern Alberta portfolio, and Saskatchewan as well. I've been here for about 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, with Boardwalk, and still feels like first day.
Wow, that's good. And you love it, right? Like you can tell you're engaged. Like I said, we talked about before, like even behind the scenes stuff with the actual boardwalks. I kind of give you a call and say, hey, you know what, can we help?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Maybe I can tell you a few things about Boardwalk, because sometimes, there's some misconceptions about who we are and what do we do.
Okay.
One thing I can tell you that we're not a landlord, and we don't have any tenants. We're one big happy family, and we have a lot of members.
Okay.
So I can tell you about Boardwalk. We've been in this space for about 40 years. Wow. And we strive to be the friendliest community provider in Canada. We operate in 5 provinces across Canada, but we started in Alberta, we started in Calgary, but our largest portfolio is in Edmonton.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure there's a reason for that. We in Edmonton alone, we own and operate about 87 communities and approximately 12,500 residential units.
Wow.
I know that's a lot, but we have a very big Boardwalk family that we're very, very proud. It's all the people that work with us, live with us, invest with us, and we like to believe that everybody's here because that's where love always lives at Boardwalk.
Good. You know what? It's somewhat true, because how we got connected was through your wife.
Exactly.
Because RW & Co., which she works for, was, I think, one of our very first clothing sponsors for the show. So they outfit all the first responders. And then you reached out. So it was actually the other way. Normally, I'm always reaching out to people to ask, hey, can you sponsor the event? It's a great event, and pitching.
Here's some background what happened. My wife, she's been with RW & Co., a Canadian clothing company for many years. And, she asked me, hey, do you want to go to this event with me? Join me? It's for a good cause, first responders. I said, absolutely, sure. And when I went over, and attended the first event, and that was like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, probably. Right away, I said, you know what? We at Boardwalk need to support this, because we have so many things in common with the first responders. And if there's one cause that we should support, this is the one. We see first responders in our communities very, very often. We see members of the police force. We see first responders on emergency services. We see firefighters coming in. And if we can give back all those guys that keep us safe. This is a great cause to represent.
That's incredible. Thank you, Razvan. You know what? It's as you know, I strive for the care of the first responders, right? Their mental health, PTSD, all those, all those things that affected it. We just got our clinical studies back on our research. I don't know if you knew that or not. So the results on it have been amazing. So all these years, this last decade of research and therapy, raising money for this idea or this dream, it's pretty much come true now, right? Because it's I can't believe it. Like the success rate of the clinical studies is incredible, more than any other kind of therapy. So we're pretty amazed by that. Was there any other reasons? Was there anything else that you guys kind of liked about it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons we want to support the First Response to Fashion event. There's like Raz mentioned, it's a huge alignment with Boardwalk's values in terms of community, and we really want to continue and strive to serve the communities that we're present in, and giving back to the first responders is a big reason we want to continue doing that. And Boardwalk also has a big value with mental health and making sure that our associates and our resident members have resources for mental health. So there's alignment with that piece of it as well, knowing that your organization and this great cause is something that strives to do that for first responders as well, to look after their mental health and their overall well-being. So I think there's a lot of alignment with Boardwalk's values, and it's something that we look to continue with.
Nice. Like, do you guys? Let me just ask this, and wasn't one of the questions, but it's just kind of a response to it. That aspect, is that something recently that Boardwalk put in, or how long the mental health kind of care for their employees and their community?
Yeah, I think it's something that we've put a lot more focus on in the past several years. It's something that I think has become more prevalent in society as a whole. It's something that's becoming more accepted to talk about. And I think it's an important part of looking after our communities, and something that we all need to focus on and recognize that it's part of everybody's lives, and how do we do better to focus on that, to support it, and things like that. So it's definitely increased in our focus, I would say, but
and just to kind of add something to what Brooklyn just mentioned, started last year, we started seeing the past few years, a better focus needed towards mental health in general. And when we say about that, it's not just our team, but also our members as well, and everybody that we work with. And last year, Boardwalk started an initiative called Project Blue, which is meant specifically to focus on mental health challenges of our team. And very interesting, today, actually, before you got here, we had a very good call with representatives from the Canadian Mental Health Organization, together with a big chunk of our Boardwalk family, like a few hundred people on a call today at 1 hour, to simply discuss about mental health and what can we do to feel better, to feel good, and to overcome those challenges. The focus on mental health became more prevalent after COVID, just with this new set of challenges that COVID brought to the world. And we recognize that, and we, as I said, starting last year, so the past couple of years, we intensified our efforts towards coming up with solutions to mental health challenges.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to switch the focus a little bit to the show. All right. Obviously, we're going to host it again this year at Sherwood Motorcars, and it's going to be a lot of fun once again. But Razvan, I know you have gone to Brooklyn. Did you go? Did you?
I haven't had the opportunity yet, but I'm excited.
Okay,
yeah.
This year.
This year. No, great. I hope a lot of your staff can make it, right? But what was your impression of it? What did you think?
From the first time I've been there, people think about fast cars and fashion and models, and maybe that was kind of my perception initially. But then I realized, it was just a very good event, like well-rounded event. It wasn't just about fashion or just about cars or just about first responders. It was a fun event to attend, and most important was fun to get to know a lot of people that were there for one cause. And I went over, I introduced myself to some of the attendants, And I had a pleasure, to having some very good conversations with, for example, members of the fire department
Mm-hmm.
that we see quite often. Engage with the fire chief and talk a little bit about some of the challenges they have with attending to some emergencies in our communities, and how can we improve our relationship, how can we keep our members safe, the first responders safe, how we can get faster to some urgent matters,
Mm-hmm.
right? So overall, I enjoyed every minute of it, and hopefully we'll attend for many years to come, and maybe one day we're gonna get a ride on one of those nice fast cars. We'll see that.
Yeah, there was some nice cars there,
Yeah,
right? Like there
yeah.
was some impressive cars, and the clothing. Let me just ask you this: how were the first responders in their clothes?
Amazing. I know my wife always tells me, because they come to the store, and they try different outfits and everything. So she
Yeah,
kind of gives me a little bit of a preview ahead of time. But they always look good. And the most important, they're happy, they're smiling, and they're having a good time. So,
good, good. At the first time we had it at Sherwood Motorcars, the
yeah.
show, and that was the first time you had decided to sponsor the event. And you came over and you said, you know what, I hope that this could be a great partnership going forward, right? And you had said you really want to support the members, the frontline workers. You really believe that it was a good cause. Let me ask you this: you've kind of explained why you're doing it, but do you have an image in the future of what this partnership could look like?
Yeah, I think this is something, like we said, we're really excited to be a part of again this year. And we're a gold tier sponsor, but it's not something that we want to just do the once. It's something we want to kind of grow into a longer term partnership with you and the team to continue supporting and understanding how we can do better as an organization to collaborate and to build those relationships. I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to continue that, and we're excited to hear about like what other opportunities we can get involved in. And it's something, again, that aligns very well with Boardwalk's values, and something that we see continuing in the future, and giving back to those communities.
No, I love it, right? Like I love, just like this. You guys just told me you don't really do this, right? You guys don't. So I really like to hear the background of it, right? Like I like to know what actually is going on. Why do you guys really? We have some sponsors and we've had sponsors of us, and they have a budget to fill, so they say, hey, why not we just support you guys, right? And but I've always wanted to know why. Like, why do you want to support? You know, what do you guys see, or what do you guys hope for that this will do for frontline workers and what they suffer from, knowing that you guys have people that have had suffered from mental illness?
Wilson, we didn't know, at least myself, I didn't know much about PTSD when I first attended the event. And what that gave me attending the event, a curiosity to find out more about it, to learn more about it, what it is. And the more I read about it, and the more I see, what's happening in the world, the more concerned and the more I appreciate how important this cause is. The world, is a constant changing place, and we have to look after each other. Some of the things I read, I never thought that. I was reading in Canada, 5% of the adults have PTSD symptoms. Wow. That is a very big number.
It is.
That we should treat it seriously, and seeing all the work that's being done, especially here in our city in Edmonton, towards finding solutions for this big challenge that we all have. It's very important. Personally, I'm very proud to see that at University of Alberta, Dr. Suzette, Philip, is doing some amazing work, recognized worldwide, in finding a therapy for PTSD that can help literally millions of people. So, as I said, our role is to continue to help the cause, but at the same time to raise awareness and to make more people aware that this is a great cause to support, and together we can find a solution. we have to look after those that take care of us.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? Thank you, right? From everybody that's involved and everybody's watching, thank you. And your dollars do keep everything going. So I want you to know it's not wasted. We don't spend it on ridiculous things or whatever. So we appreciate it. But let me ask each of you, and whoever wants to go first can go. What, why? What is it about Boardwalk that keeps you motivated, gets you up in the morning?
Yeah, I've had that question a number of times
Okay.
from different people, and I think it all comes down to the people. It's a very people first organization. It's a family run company, and it very much shows in the culture and the inclusivity that we have as an organization, and that's something that I really appreciate as someone supporting the organization. I think it's, like you said, it's about more than just the money. You have to want to be there every day, and having that support and that network of people. And it goes beyond just the department I'm in. It's every department that we collaborate with, and there's friendly people kind of everywhere, and there's a lot of support that I'm very grateful for. So it's definitely the people, in my opinion, that kind of keeps me motivated, keeps me wanting to stay part of the Boardwalk family, and I look forward to continuing my journey there, because I know I'm still kind of early on in those stages, but yeah.
That's all right. You know, nowadays, 2.5 years is actually kind of a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it can be.
right? This younger generation, they don't stick around, right? Like I even know in the police service, way back in the day, it was unheard of people quitting before 25 years. Like it was unheard of, right?
Yeah.
Either you got fired but now people, they drop out all the time. It's crazy, right? Fire department, same thing. People just leave. They're just like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know. So
and
2.5 years.
Yeah, and being early on, another thing that Boardwalk really is supportive of is continuous learning and improvement, and that's something I value as well in terms of, okay, what can I do next? What can I do better? What can our team do better? And just the support that we've been given for like extra training and learning and different opportunities for that is another piece that I.
So what is your background then? If you don't want, like background,
marketing.
What did you, marketing.
Yeah.
So that's what you did before?
I studied marketing in university, and then I started out in sales right out of university. And then from there, I transitioned to marketing at Boardwalk.
And how many years since you graduated from university?
4.
So 4 years. So this is actually quite recent.
Yeah.
And so you just had the one job before?
Yeah.
And then came
I
here.
had some like internships prior, but in terms of like full time after university, yeah.
Okay. And did Razvan hire you? Or no?
Yeah, so marketing operates a little bit different. I probably would have hired her anyways. But
That's a nice answer.
she had an interview with like a different group that kind of oversees this. But very, very happy. Brooklyn, only 2.5 years, and we're already making a difference. Still have some catch up with my 17 years. So
17 years. So tell me, Razvan.
I have a very interesting story, Wilson, and it's kind of aligned a little bit with the first response. I moved to Alberta, hoping to become an RCMP officer or a police officer.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, I'm just gonna find a job, and I'm just gonna try and kind of get myself, in a mental shape, physical shape that I need to challenge that role in law enforcement. And I landed a job with Boardwalk as a security associate in the West End. And I continued to kind of, prepare myself for knocking on the door of a law enforcement agency. And, a few months passed, and I started kind of understanding a little bit more the property management, the asset management of community, get to feel a little bit more comfortable. I ended up switching from security to the office, started to kind of rent some apartments. And from one thing to another, in 3-4 years, I found myself in a leader role with Boardwalk, overseeing a small group of communities in Edmonton. And I had to make a very tough decision at that point, right? Do I follow, my initial plan to become a law enforcement officer at one point? Or do I stick with something that, I really enjoy doing and I can see myself doing for a very long time? And I made the decision to stick with Boardwalk. And, it worked out for me. Because the way I see it is, if you enjoy what you're doing, you're not going to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Right. So, personally, I don't look at it as work. I see it more as of a responsibility for the people I work with, the people I work for, our members and our communities. And I don't look at the clock. I don't have this sort of kind of a schedule in my mind and see it as a job. I just see it as a part of a lifestyle, of something of defines me, who I am and what I do.
Wow. That's pretty incredible. 17 years. Now, you don't have a Canadian accent.
Yeah.
So what is your background?
I always like to tease people. I say I'm from Toronto. I used to live in Toronto for a while, but originally I'm born in Romania, Transylvania, and born about 200 kilometers from where Dracula's castle is.
Oh wow! Okay.
So watch out.
Watch out! Watch out! Did you immigrate here or
yes? So
okay.
Moved to Canada in 2006,
and
we've been.
Wow.
In Edmonton, 2008.
You've done. That's incredible. You've done well for yourself.
Thank you.
Is your wife? Is she Romanian?
She's Romanian. We grew up together. We know each other for many years, and we decided 2008 we were going to get married. And
did you guys meet here, or did you guys meet?
No, we knew each other from back home, right? So we went back, we got married, and we moved here to start a new life and experience the Canadian dream, and it worked for us.
Wow. Okay.
We know the money goes for this amazing HiMARC program at University of Alberta. We just want to thank you for doing this year after year, you and the entire group that's helping you doing this. And we really hope that you'll be able to carry on and grow the event and get more and more people involved. And we'll promise you we'll do the same thing.
Okay.
We'll try to convince as many people to join the cause.
Okay, yeah, I hope to see like a bunch of people on Boardwalk, right?
Yeah.
You guys get a bunch of tickets, so bring the whole team. We'd love to see you guys there. Okay, well, with that, we'll wrap up this interview. Again, everybody, this is a great interview with Brooklyn and Razvan. I can't say enough. They're so engaged. They love what they do. They understand it's a great cause. They believe in the cause. So, I do hope that this relationship continues on, and whatever we can do to help on your end as well, we'd love to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.